7M turned out to be a pile of shit. So as you guys know, the customer had a complaint about a ticking noise coming from his valve train. We pulled the valve covers, we measured the shims, and they are way off. Some are way too tight, some are way too loose. So what we're doing is we're measuring the clearance between the camshaft and the valve bucket. And we're doing that using these feeler gauges, which come in different thicknesses. So for instance, the valve clearance from the factory on the intake side is supposed to be between 15,000 and 25,000. This is an 8,000 feeler gauge, and it will not go in. This is a 6,000 feeler gauge, and it will go in. If we put a 7,000 feeler gauge, it will go in tight. So that means the clearance between this shim and the camshaft is 7,000, which is way too tight. If this was an aftermarket camshaft, it would have been a little tight clearance, still tight, just not too concerning. However, being it's a factory camshaft, that's very tight. So after we got our measurements, we pulled the camshafts out, we pulled the buckets and the shims, and that's when we noticed something very wrong. First problem we saw is the cam cap bolts were excessively too tight. Once we pulled those off, we noticed that the cam has excessive wear on the journals. Being that we're replacing the camshaft with an aftermarket one, this wasn't our biggest concern. Our biggest concern came when we noticed that the cam caps themselves and the cylinder head also had that scoring on it. The only way to properly fix this is to pull this head off and get all these cam journals properly polished. But with the excessive amount of scoring that we're seeing, he will most likely need a new cylinder head. Being that the customer had recently spent $25,000 somewhere else to get this engine up and running, you could say he's pretty upset. So our first option is to take the cylinder head off, send it to a machine shop, and see if they can line hone it and polish it. Our second option is to find him a used cylinder head and get it properly built. So what option would you choose? Option 1 or option 2?